everyone, and welcome to another Cut It Out Monday video. For today's video, by the request of my children, they have asked me to make them Sadness and Disgust. So I thought I would go ahead and share with you guys how I got these images, as well as how to download them and insert them into the Cricut software. So what you're going to want to do, where I found them is at kraftynook.blogspot.com. This website has a lot of really great images, and they are all for free. So once that has finished loading, I just typed in over here at the search bar Inside Out. So just gotta wait for my computer to catch up with me. It's being a little slow today, sorry guys. But as you can see, she's got some really great images here, and like I said, they are free. I'm pretty sure all of them are. Not 100% because I haven't checked them all out, but all the ones I have come across so far have been free. I'm just gonna wait for my computer to catch up. Okay, so I've just typed out Inside Out and hit enter, and it brings me all of the images that are related to that search engine. And as you can get Bing Bong, you've got all the characters right here, as well as this unicorn, rainbow unicorn. Okay, so once you find the image that you want, you're going to want to click on the click here to download button, and another window will pop up. And it has all of the characters right here. They are each separate files, so you do have to click on each one individually, which frankly I really like, because then that, you only have to download the ones that you want instead of getting them all, but I'd go either way. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on the image that you want. Up at the top here you have the print, as well as the download and the more actions. You want to hit the download button, and that will download it to your computer. I already have it downloaded to my computer. I have Disgust right here, as well as Sadness, so I'm not going to worry about re-downloading them. Once you have them downloaded, you want to go over here to Upload Images on your Cricut Design Space, after you have signed in, of course. Go to the image section of it and hit Upload Image. Then you're going to want to click on the Browse button. You're going to find the image that you want to, or the file, excuse me. These are SVG files, by the way. Click on. So we'll just click on this one. Double click on it, and your image will pop up here, as well as the image name, which is required. So I don't plan to change it because that's exactly what I'd put. This lets me know where I got it, like what movie it's from, and then the name of the character. You can add a tag if you want, but you really don't have to. Then you want to click Save. I have already saved both of my files. To insert them onto the mat, you just click on the one that you want, wait for the little check mark to appear, hit Insert. Now, since I already have them on here, I'm not going to be doing all that. They do come a little smaller. I have made both of these 4 inches tall so that you guys can see, and so they'll cut out nice and big. So as you see over here under the layers, you get all kinds of layers to them. Now you can change these up so they all end up on one mat. I'm not going to do that because then I end up completely losing pieces. I would have to say Disgust has the most layers out of the two that we picked, so she is going to be a bit of a pain to cut out. So once you have your images sized the way you want, just go and hit your go button, and it'll bring up all of the mats that you will need with all of the colors. Once you are ready to go, you just hit your go button and you're off. I'm going to go ahead and cut these out off camera since I have so many layers, and we will put them together over at the table. Okay, here's all our pieces for both of our characters. We're going to go ahead and put it together. I think we'll start with Disgust, since she has the most pieces. So I'm going to move that off to the side. I do have to trim a little bit off here. Didn't quite cut all the way through my paper. There we go. Okay, so background for her. And we're going to do kind of a dry fit here, just to make sure that I have all the pieces in the right places. Now for the smaller pieces, I do put them on sticky note just so that I don't end up losing them. And we do have to fix her mouth because it didn't quite cut out. So let me get my cutting mat and I'm going to cut that out real quick. Should I use the tweezers here to hold that down? So of course, oh, it ripped. It's not going to be as perfect for the machine, but I also used a much thinner paper than I probably should have. Okay, so there we go. There's her mouth. And we also have her eyelashes. Alright, I found my Tombow. Finally. Going to take a piece of scrap, put some glue on that as well, and we're going to start putting her together, but I think we're going to start, let's see, maybe we should just finish putting her together. I do apologize, being a long video. I didn't expect them to have so many pieces, and I don't want to use those other tweezers. Okay, now the downside with doing files like this is that there are no, what do you call them, the cut lines, so that you can line them all up. But these cut out pretty well, good size and such. Okay, so we should be able to pop her mouth out. Line her up easily. So we're just going to put some glue on her. Now I had quite a bit of trouble getting some of these pieces to cut out. Now it could be my mat wasn't sticky enough, could be that, you know, I need to change my blade, could be hundreds of things, but it certainly doesn't make me want to make them any smaller. Just because they have such tiny detail. Okay, so we're going to line up her arms and legs as best we can before we stick down the rest of her. Okay, that's good, that's good. All right. Okay. Now we'll do her mouth, because that fits right inside. I didn't have a darker red like it suggested, so I picked this red and then just went with a pink for her lips. Okay. Now I did end up ripping her mouth a bit, so we'll actually do this in the little scratch there, or the little so hopefully we don't mess up the mouth alignment. Oh, I've got glue all over my fingers. Straighten that out just a little bit. All right, here we go. She's gonna be tacky a bit, but that's okay. Now for her teeth, her pearly whites. These go up at the top. Just a little bit of glue. Alright, and now we'll do her hair. I think should be the next step. Get that lined up and then we can do, yeah, and then we'll do the rest of her. Again, line it up as best you can. And we'll do her dress. And her belt, it's a really tiny little piece. You probably can't even, barely see it. Imagine what it would have been like if I had made her, you know, 2 inches tall like it originally had her to be. Oops, I put it on backwards, I think. Now her belt is a little short. I ran out of paper, so it doesn't go quite the length it's supposed to, but I think it'll still work. And then this little D for her name goes right in the center. There we go. Okay, so now we have her shoes, which of course will be so much fun to put together. Again, line those up as best you can. I don't think anyone's going to dock you for points if you don't get everything lined up perfectly. That would be really hard to do, I think. Especially with as tiny as these are. Thankfully, Tombow gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so now her scarf, and then all we have left to do for her is her lashes. So she is coming together a lot simpler than I thought she would. But definitely don't want to do anything smaller than this, because then you end up losing pieces because they just won't cut out. And I love the Cricut Explorer, don't get me wrong, but I know it does too have its limitations. There's no way it's going to cut out that little D, super, super tiny. Like, I didn't even know it was there until I blew up the image. Super, super tiny, where it's going to cut it out without ripping the paper or, you know, being visible, period. Okay. And there's her scarf. Now all we have left to do are her lashes. Now I did label these left side, right side, and left them in the order that they're on. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take the top one and we're going to just dip most of the eyelash in the glue. Nope, I think I did that backwards, damn it. I did, I put the glue on the wrong side. So we'll just switch sides. That works too, right? They're all about the same length. Put a little more glue on my scratch here. Oops, that was a lot. Okay, and they do kind of all join up in one spot, so we're just going to stick them like that. Ah! Urgh. And we're going to grab the last one for this side. Again, just kind of smear some glue on the back. Stick it down, let it go. And the other side. Oh, this one's going up a little higher than it needed to go, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, so sorry for all the dead air. Just trying to get this done. Okay, there you have it. Disgust. And now we'll set her aside, let her dry, hopefully. And we'll start on Sadness. Oh. I have to admit, Sadness is probably one of my favorite characters in that movie. Okay. Oh. So again, these should line up pretty well, and she actually would line up much better. So we're just gonna plop her down, line up the edges. Oh, come on, glue, don't dry on me now. There we go. Okay, then we have her hair and her clothes. As well as her glasses, which the inner part didn't quite cut all the way through, so let me trim that real quick. There's one. And where does this one need to be trimmed? Sometimes I can just pop them out, but trying, there we go, not to rip it. Okay, let's get all the pieces for Sadness. And we're gonna actually start from the bottom and work our way up. So we're gonna put her little shoes on. Okay. Followed by her little pants, although these two kind of look like sunglasses. Now for her shirt. Which goes right there. Her pants shifted on me. That wasn't nice. There we go. Okay. Of course, now her shirt shifted too. There. Good enough. And then I did use just a little bit darker of a blue paper. Not a lot, just very subtle. Very subtle. I think that's the top. Yeah. Okay, and now her hair, because glasses do go over that. So we're just gonna run some glue. And again, line that up, get it off my stuck finger. And now for her glasses. Let's see. Yep, right about there would be good. Just gonna put tiniest little amounts. Actually, what I think for this we'll use the zig. And some scratch white paper. One so you can see, and two so I'm not getting glue all over my mat. that. I place them right there. There you go. Sadness. Get rid of my glued down stuff so that we don't make a mess. Oop. Okay, so we have now made Sadness and Disgust. Again, sorry it took so long. I hope you guys all have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see you next time.